April Fool. A day with lots of myths and pranks. In some cultures it's a taboo too. In some cultures it's celebrated like a festival. Well, cultural differences do exist. We can make different videos on culture. But first, here are 10 awesome facts about April Fool Day. On April 1, 1878, after Thomas Edison invented the phonograph in 1877, Americans firmly believed that there were no limits to his genius. So when the New York Graphic announced on this day that Edison had invented a machine that could transform soil directly into cereal and water directly into wine, thereby ending the problem of world hunger, it found no shortage of willing believers. Newspapers throughout America copied the article, heaping lavish praise on Edison. The conservative Buffalo commercial advertiser was particularly effusive in its praise, waxing eloquent about Edison's brilliance in a long editorial. The Graphic subsequently took the liberty of reprinting the advertiser's editorial in full, placing above it a simple two-word headline: "They bite." On April 1, 1961, in Milan, many people from the surrounding countryside still rode their horses into the city. So a Not newspaper announced that city authorities, in order to make sure the horses could continue to coexist with motor traffic, had passed a law making it mandatory for horses to be outfitted with signaling and brake lights while being ridden through the streets. Many people subsequently brought their horses into car mechanics to have them outfitted with the necessary lights. On April 1, 1976, during an early morning interview on BBC Radio 2, the British astronomer Patrick Moore announced that at 9:47 a.m. that day, a once-in-a-lifetime astronomical event was going to occur. Pluto would pass behind Jupiter, and this planetary alignment would temporarily counteract and lessen the Earth's own gravity. Moore told his listeners that if they jumped in the air at the exact moment the alignment occurred, they would experience a strange floating sensation. When 9:47 a.m. arrived, the station began receiving hundreds of phone calls from listeners claiming to have felt the sensation. One woman reported that she and her friends had risen from their chairs and floated around the room. Moore had intended his announcement to be a spoof of a pseudoscientific theory that had recently been promoted in a book called The Jupiter Effect, alleging that a rare alignment of the planets was going to cause massive earthquakes and the destruction of Los Angeles in 1982. On April 1, 1978, a barge towing a giant iceberg appeared in Sydney Harbour. Sydneysiders were expecting it. Dick Smith, a local adventurer and millionaire businessman, had been loudly promoting his scheme to tow an iceberg from Antarctica for quite some time. Now he had apparently succeeded. He said that he was going to carve the berg into small ice cubes, which he would sell to the public for 10 cents each. These well-traveled cubes, fresh from the pure waters of Antarctica, were promised to improve the flavor of any drink they cooled. Slowly the iceberg made its way into the harbor. Local radio stations provided blow-by-blow coverage of the scene. Only when the berg was well into the harbor was its secret revealed. It started to rain, and the firefighting foam and shaving cream that the berg was really made of washed away, uncovering the white plastic sheets beneath. On April 1, 1982, the Daily Mail reported that the local manufacturer had sold 10,000 robe bras that were causing a unique and unprecedented problem, not to the wearers but to the public at large. Apparently the support wire in these bras had been made out of a kind of copper, originally designed for use in fire alarms. When this copper came into contact with nylon and body heat, it produced static electricity which, in turn, was interfering with local television and radio broadcasts. The chief engineer of British Telecom, upon reading the article, is said to have immediately ordered that all his female laboratory employees disclose what type of bra they were wearing. On April 1, 1992, airline passengers descending into Los Angeles Airport might have experienced a momentary feeling of panic when they looked out the window and saw an 85-foot-long yellow banner on the ground that spelled out, in 20-foot-high red letters, "Welcome to Chicago." It was raised above the Hollywood Park racetrack, which lay directly along the flight path for arriving planes, about 3 miles from the airport. Park spokesman Brock Sheridan explained, "It was something we always wanted to do. We thought it would be kind of funny, and our new management thought it would be a great practical joke." The sign remained up for 2 days. On April 1, 1998, Burger King published a full-page advertisement in USA Today announcing the introduction of a new item to their menu. A left-handed Whopper specially designed for the 32 million left-handed Americans. According to the advertisement, the new Whopper included the same ingredients as the original Whopper: lettuce, tomato, hamburger patty, etc., but all the condiments were rotated 180 degrees for the benefit of their left-handed customers. The following day, Burger King issued a follow-up release, revealing that although the left-handed Whopper was a hoax, thousands of customers had gone into restaurants to request the new sandwich. Simultaneously, according to the press release, many others requested their own right-handed version. Left-handed products of various kinds are actually an old joke on April 1st, but Burger King's announcement quickly became, by far, the most famous version of the joke. On April 1, 2000, The Independent reported that Florida researchers had developed a Viagara-like pill to treat sexually frustrated pets, including hamsters. Veterinarians were said to have greeted the news with derision, but the article pointed out that there are few things as sad as a pet suffering from feelings of sexual inadequacy, noting, "It's not unknown for a guinea pig to sit in its cage thinking, 'I haven't had sex for months. Am I so unattractive?'" Owners were instructed to simply grind the pills up and sprinkle them in the pet's food. Laying some newspaper down on the floor once the pills began to take effect was also advised. The pills were to be marketed under the brand name for Almond. On April 1, 2000, the Daily Mail revealed that Asporta Health Clubs had launched a new line of socks, dubbed Fat Sarks, designed to help people lose weight. These revolutionary socks actually sucked body fat out of sweating feet, promising to banish fat forever. The American inventor of this weight loss product, Professor Frank Ellis Elgood, explained that the socks employed a nylon polymer called fluoroastratretrazine, previously only applied in the nutrition industry. As a person's body heat rose and their blood vessels dilated, the socks drew excess lipid from the body through the sweat. After having sweated out the fat, the wearer could then simply wash the socks and the fat away. On April 1, 2014, on its Facebook page, NPR News shared a link to an article with the provocative title, "Why Doesn't America Read Anymore?" The link generated hundreds of comments. Some agreed with the premise. Others disagreed. But what the responses shared in common was that the people who posted them had unwittingly demonstrated the relevance of the question by failing to take the time to click on the link and read the article. If they had, they would have discovered a short paragraph stating, "We sometimes get the sense that some people are commenting on NPR stories that they haven't actually read." If you are reading this, please like this post and do not comment on it. Then let's see what people have to say about this story. If you like this video, please subscribe. And if you don't want to miss a video, hit the bell icon now.